You're a trillionaire, the richest person to ever live. You are worth more than 5 Elon Musks combined. If you spent $1 million every single day, you wouldn't go broke for another 2,700 years. The world belongs to you. But there's a problem. Everyone knows. You are now the most famous person on Earth. Your face is on every screen in every country on the planet. There are people outside your building right now, hundreds of them. Some with cameras, some with signs, some just standing there, staring up at your window. This makes you paranoid. But you're a trillionaire, so there's an easy fix. You hire a bodyguard. Not enough. 2 bodyguards? Not even close. You get a full security detail, 12 operators minimum, armed, trained, rotating 24-hour shifts. The kind of protection usually reserved for sitting presidents. You make some calls. Within 48 hours, it's done. Good, you're safe. But your Toyota Camry isn't going to cut it anymore. So you buy Lamborghini. Not a Lamborghini, Lamborghini. The entire company. $1.9 billion. That's 0.19% of your net worth. The equivalent of someone making $80,000 a year buying a decent watch. Your accountant logs it as a rounding error. But you still need somewhere to live. Your apartment building is swarming with paparazzi. The entire world knows your address. So you buy a compound, 18 acres behind walls and iron gates, a guardhouse at the entrance, manned around the clock. The property has its own private road. You can't even see the main house from the gate. $240 million. Easy. But a place that size doesn't run itself. You need staff, housekeepers, groundskeepers, 2 private chefs on rotation, a property manager, a house manager, drivers, an entire maintenance crew, IT staff just for the security systems, a personal assistant who has her own personal assistant. Within a month, 63 people work at your house. Now you're comfortable, secure. Everything runs like a machine. So you can really start spending. Because, well, you have $1 trillion and you're a little bored. You buy a Boeing 747 and have it gutted and rebuilt into a private flying residence. $400 million. You buy an island in the Maldives. You commission the largest private yacht ever built. Helicopter pad, submarine bay, IMAX theater, full surgical suite. $600 million. And nobody warns you about this part. $1 trillion makes money faster than you can spend it. Even sitting in the most boring investments on Earth, your net worth grows by tens of millions every single day. You wake up richer than when you fell asleep, every morning, without lifting a finger. So money is handled, security is handled, the cars, the properties, the staff, all handled. But you want coffee. Just coffee from the place you've been going to for years. Your security team needs 45 minutes of advance notice. When you finally get through all the paparazzi and walk in, every person in the coffee shop stops talking. The barista's hands are shaking. Someone in the corner films you from behind a laptop screen. You get your coffee. It tastes exactly the same, but everything around it is different. So you stop going there. You don't want to be a nuisance, but there's real good you can do with this money. So you write a check. $500 million to flood relief in Southeast Asia. The media covers it for about half a news cycle. Because relative to what you have, $500 million is what you earn in a slow week. People are grateful for about a day. Then they want more. They always want more. But it's not the strangers that get to you. It's the people you already know. Your phone rings constantly, but none of the calls are from friends anymore. They're from lawyers, wealth managers, heads of state, charity directors. Everyone wants a meeting. Everyone wants your name on their thing, your signature on their check. The friends from before start to disappear. Some just stop calling. The ones who still do sound different. Careful, measured, like they're weighing each word before it leaves their mouth. You invite your college roommate to the compound for a weekend. He says yes before you finish the sentence. When he gets there, he compliments everything. The house, the grounds, the wine, the guest room. He agrees with everything you say for 2 straight days. He laughs at jokes that aren't funny. He never pushes back on a single thing. He used to argue with you about everything. Movies, politics, where to order food at 2 a.m. That was the whole friendship. But that friendship is about to be the least of your worries. Because then the lawsuits start. Not 1 lawsuit, not 2, 17 in the first 6 months. An old business partner claims you shorted him on a deal from 9 years ago. A man in Nevada says you verbally promised him $10 million at a charity gala in 2018. You have never been to Nevada. Most of it is garbage. Your legal team tells you that. They say the word frivolous so often it's stuck. Each one puts your name in a headline. Each one requires a deposition, a filing, a statement, or some kind of settlement. Your lawyers tell you to get used to it. When you have $1 trillion, people will try to take it from you using every tool available. The legal system is a toll road, and you are the deepest pocket on earth. You settle 3 of the cases, not because they have merit, because fighting them in public costs more than writing the check. $1 million here, $2 million there, they're just rounding errors. But every settlement gets reported, and every report invites 5 more lawsuits. Your legal budget for the year crosses $40 million. You have an entire floor of a law firm working exclusively on your cases. You have never met most of the lawyers. They send you summaries weekly, pages and pages of people who want your money and are willing to lie in a courtroom to get it. But daily life goes on, or something that looks like it. And then it happens. You meet her. She's sharp, funny in a way that catches you off guard. Doesn't mention the money once. You see her again and again. 3 weeks in, it starts to feel like something real. Then you notice things. She mentions your Maldives island in a conversation you never had with her. She knows your pilot's first name. She knows which car you prefer in the city. Small things. Things that mean she looked you up before you ever met. Which of course she did. Everyone does. But now there's a question sitting behind every moment with her. Does she like you? Or does she like this? The compound, the jet, the access to a life she'd never touch otherwise. And once that question gets in your head, it stays. You watch her differently. So you stop calling. She texts you twice, then she stops. But the story doesn't end there. 2 weeks later, a tabloid runs a piece. Inside the Trillionaire's secret romance. Photos of you at the restaurant. Photos of her leaving your compound. A quote from a source close to the couple. You didn't sell it. She didn't sell it. Someone at the restaurant did. A busboy or a valet. Someone who saw you together and picked up the phone. Now her name is everywhere. Her face, her job, her apartment building. Strangers are sending her messages. Some are threatening. She had a life before you. A private, normal, anonymous life. And you erased it just by sitting across from her at dinner. Your PR team drafts a statement. Your lawyers send a cease and desist to the tabloid. None of it puts her name back in the box. You send her a message, an apology. She reads it. She doesn't respond. But the leaks keep coming, and the next one is worse. Somebody from your past sells a story to a magazine. A comment you made at a rooftop party in 2013. Stripped of context and printed in a headline, it makes you look like a different person. It's everywhere within 48 hours. People who have never met you now have an opinion about who you are, based on something you said at a birthday party 12 years ago. Your crisis PR team goes into action. They tell you the same thing they always tell you. Don't respond. Responding makes it worse every time. So you sit in your office behind your 7 screens and watch someone sell your old life for what your team estimates was about $200,000. $200,000. That's what your past is worth to someone who used to be your friend. You can't call them. You can't confront them. You can't even confirm you know who did it, because that becomes a story too. You just sit there. But here's the thing. Your mother calls on a Sunday morning. She sounds exactly the same as she always does. Asks if you're eating enough. Tells you about a squirrel that keeps getting into her garden. For 10 minutes, your shoulders drop and your jaw unclenches, and you almost forget what your life has become. Tuesday afternoon, you take the yacht out. The ocean is so blue, it looks edited. Sunset turns everything copper. Dinner is seared sea bass, prepared by a chef who trained for a decade in Michelin-starred kitchens. The table is set for one. You get back to the compound and go to bed early. The master suite is 4 times the size of your old apartment. You lie there. The ceiling is very white. Somewhere around 3 a.m., you're awake. You get up. The compound is dead silent. You go outside. The grass is wet. It's cold under your feet. You walk to the middle of the lawn. The sky is the same sky you used to look at when you were broke. Same stars, same depth, same silence. You used to sit on the fire escape of your old apartment and stare at it for hours. The rent was late and you didn't care. The stars haven't moved. Everything underneath them has. You stand on the lawn until the cold gets into your bones. Then you go inside. You go back to bed. After a week in Tokyo, you arrive back home. Your assistant meets you on the tarmac. She asks how the trip was. Great, you tell her. Now, back to the compound. Through the gate, past the guardhouse, past the pool you've used twice, past the tennis court you've never touched. Into your office, where 7 screens display your portfolio, your companies, your calendar, and a news ticker that mentions your name twice in the first 30 seconds. You sit down. Outside, security does a shift change. New faces replace the old ones. The groundskeeper rides the mower across the lawn. Over 60 people work here. You are the only one who lives here. $1 trillion buys everything. Except the version of your life where none of this happened.